Well, welcome back, everyone, to another Planet Zoo mod showcase season 4. I know what I said last week. I apologize, but all of our mod creators came in swinging in this last week, and I really wanted to get one last mod showcase in before we move on to season 5. Now, of course, before we get started, as always, we always got to give the little prelude. Mods are not officially endorsed by Frontier. When you do mod at the risk of breaking your own game. If you leave animals in like the trade center and you uninstall them, your game will crash. But if you reinstall them, they should be fine. As long as you follow all the instructions laid out by all the other mod creators, you guys are going to be swimming in all these new mods. And check out that guy back there. That's going to be so fun to get to. But all that being said, I do want to give another quick little reminder. Please remember to endorse your mods. Endorsing always does help us mod creators out. It gives us a lot more visibility, and it really does make us feel so much better when we do see that thumbs up. So in case if you guys don't know, just go to your download history in Nexus, and then you should be able to click the thumbs up on all the mods that you've downloaded in the past. But all that being said, we have a lot of awesome mods to get into today. So we're going to start off with a nice little trip up to Russia. So today we actually have the snow sheep, alright? This one has been in our download folder, well, in my download folder, for quite some time. I was working with Phonetic to get these guys coded and up and ready in Planet Zoo. Unfortunately, Phonetic had to take a little bit of time away from the community, but I still wanted to make sure that their mods got out there and saw the light of day. So, of course, today we have the snow sheep. These guys are incredibly beautiful. We actually got to take a look at the male because these guys are awesome. But these guys are found up around Siberia, Russia, Northern Europe, and stuff like that. These guys are incredibly beautiful creatures with a beautiful brownish kind of like sandy coat, and they look incredible. They're a very popular sporting animal that people like to hunt for sport, which is also pretty cool. And it's just really awesome to get this wonderful species diversity in the game. The babies are right over here, and they look absolutely beautiful. They look like they're made of snow. That's probably how they got their name. It's not, but it's totally fine. But look at these guys go. They look incredible. So amazing job to Phonetic on that. Just how Phonetic was able to capture like all those beautiful textures, all the different gradients happening in that animal. It's fantastic. But we must keep the show moving. We have a lot of other awesome animals to get into. Today, we're taking a little bit of a trip down to South America. And we actually have a lot of interesting animals to get into over here. And one that you think you may have seen before, but you definitely haven't. We have the Golden-Bellied Capuchin monkey. These guys are somewhat related to the tufted capuchin. There's a little baby right there looking nice and tiny. But yeah, these guys are related to the tufted capuchin monkey. I do need to fix the sizes on that. Remind me to do that later down the line, because they still are using the marmoset size. I do sincerely apologize. But these guys are wicked cute. I'm actually going to pop over here so we could get a better look at these guys. And we could actually pause it when he's in the light over here so we could see everything that's happening with him. So I do want to kind of like iterate the differences with these guys. So they do have their yellow kind of body, well, on their like chest and stuff like that, obviously, because they're called the Golden-Bellied Capuchin. On the front half of them, it's a lot more sandier than the tufted capuchin. And they also have a much slimmer face. They also have that signature little bump on the head, and they do have a little bit of different colorations happening with the legs back here. This was a really fun mod for me to work on because it taught me a lot about, like, you know, colors. It taught me a lot about how to work with, like gradients and stuff like that, and it came out incredibly well. And hopefully we could actually see this guy climb up so we can actually see that beautiful golden chest of his. But that's all pretty good right there. You guys probably are already seeing the other animal in there. There's a golden belly. I really love the gradient on that, but of course keep in mind we're working with Capuchin rig over here, so we sometimes get some stuff like that. But he looks wicked cute. I'm really happy with how this guy turned out. It was a commission, keep in mind. I do have a coffee page, and I will keep that linked in the description down below. Feel free to hit me up if you guys do want commissions. That's my little bit of shilling for the day. We're going to move on to another commission, though, from Narwhaler. This one is incredibly beautiful. This is the southern northern screamer, and this guy is really freaking cool. This guy makes me wish we had audio modding, because these guys have a call that is so freaking cool. Now, Narwhaler was able to break some ground. He was able to actually get the animal to wade in shallow water, and I really hope this guy actually does do that because it's super cool to see. But these guys are found in South America. They are beautiful, beautiful wading birds, and Narwhaler did such an amazing job at the face of this. I know he hates making birds, but he always does such an amazing job at that. Amazing job, Narwhaler. And he even has the baby in here as well. Here it is waiting. It's really awesome. So I think Bongo and I, as well as Rihanna, maybe we're gonna work on updating all of our waterfowl to account for this so they could actually go like waist deep in water. I think that's going to be a really awesome feature to have for all of our animals. So great job to Narwhaler for breaking some awesome ground with that. You're making a wonderful service to the community. Now moving on over here, we're going to take a little bit of a trip to Madagascar. I apologize, I did not set this habitat up correctly for these guys, so I'm going to do that right here. But we have a very interesting animal that only works under certain conditions. I do apologize, but once it actually does work, it works incredibly well. So this is a joint project between so many of our wonderful creators. I believe it was Gabboi, Jen, Nicholas Linerider, and me working on this little individual right here, and it was super fun to do so. So this guy is the Coquerel's Sifaka. These guys are very iconic. You guys may know them from Zoboomafoo. That is easily what they're most known by. But these guys are so freaking cool. So these guys are a lemur species, mostly related to the injury, if you guys know what that one is. Not really related to the other lemurs all that much, but these guys look so funky. These guys are very much known for their role on Zoboomafoo. I can't say I ever watched Zoboomafoo as a kid, which is a little bit of a shame because all my friends have liked it. But these guys are so freaking cool. They walk incredibly weird, which is why they're not on the lemur rig itself. They hop actually so much better on the proboscis monkey rig, so keep in mind that is what's happening right there. And you can kind of see it right here with that whole animation right there, and they even do a little bit of a kung fu pose over here or something like that. But they really are such incredible creatures, and I really do love them for that. They just leap, and they're so freaking cool at that. And another reason why we kind of decided to put them on the proboscis than anything else is because their tails do droop down. Meanwhile, all the other lemurs, they kind of have their tail up in the air. The Shakaka doesn't really do that, however. They always keep it kind of like, it's always kind of hanging down, and they use it for balancing and stuff like that. But really cool animals. I really do love them. So amazing job to all the creators who worked on that one. It's always incredible to see, you know, always iconic animals that haven't made it in yet make their way in. But moving on through here, we also have a not so iconic animal. This one is actually very well not known about. These guys are called the Ringtailed Mongoose, and these guys are from Madagascar. You guys may know the Fossa. The Fossa is one of the only other carnivores on the island, but this guy is so freaking cool. I fell in love with these guys the second that I learned that they existed, and they look so incredible. So this one is 100% by me, and I'm very proud at it. It turned out so freaking well. So the Ringtailed Vontsira, otherwise known as a Ringtailed Mongoose, is a carnivore species from the island of Madagascar, and they look so freaking cool. They're related to, like, you know, your banded mongoose and stuff like that, but not really too much. These guys are very much unique in the fact that they have this beautiful bright red coloration and have a ringed tail, very much like your ring-tailed lemurs, or even looking like a red panda. I call these guys the Malagasy red pandas. They're so freaking cute. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to these guys. I'm very happy with the ears because they do have these like oddly human-like ears. Hopefully I could get like a nice good shot of them once they actually... Oh yeah, here he comes. Yeah, they do have these weird human-like ears, and I was very proud of like getting that to work so well. And they're just really adorable creatures. So in case if you guys do want to build a nice Madagascar section, this week we definitely have you covered. Now, what happens when you don't want to build a high budget zoo? What happens if you want to build a low budget schemy zoo? Well, Vinceabled actually has you covered with the Liger. The Liger is a very popular species amongst zoo fans. Well, not really popular, but very well known about. These guys are a cross between a lion and a tiger. Now, do keep in mind, we don't know how to actually make it so that when you have a Liger, well, we don't know how to make tigers breed with lions, and I don't think we will for a long time. So for the time being, this animal will be its own species. Obviously, we know that Ligers have reproductive issues, so they really aren't able to breed with themselves. Mostly the males, I think, are infertile. But all that being said, this guy is really cool. So in case if you guys do want to roleplay a little bit and have like a very schemy Florida zoo, maybe you want to reenact your Tiger King kind of stuff, these guys are perfect for you. They're really, really awesome. And that's that. We also have another creature over here. We're just going to pop in over here before we actually get into the aquatics. We have the Zonkey. Again, another animal you're more than likely to find at these kind of low budget, kind of like roadside zoos, because it's such an iconic animal for that. And it's just very attention grabbing, which is pretty much what these lower budget zoos tend to go for. But again, this one is by Vinceabled. Oh god, we're gonna get to that guy in a little bit. But it's just really cool, really awesome texture work, and it's really awesome to have more equines in the game. So great job to Vince on that. And I think I do want to cover these over here before we move on to the fish. You guys may remember this guy. This guy is the North American porcupine. These guys are found, you guessed it, in North America, and they're extremely iconic for us. While they're not really that African porcupine that you guys also desperately want, these guys are really freaking awesome for your North American areas nonetheless. This guy is recently updated by Frazzles so that it should not break your game anymore. And I do apologize for the LOD issues. I'm running on like too high graphics right now. I've noticed that with transparent things, when you have high graphics on, it kind of fades out sooner than you would expect, even like sooner than if you were on lower graphics. But this guy should be fixed. Definitely go check him out and try him out if you guys do have the chance to. This guy is really awesome, and Frazzle worked so hard in order to get this guy to work out for you all. So go check him out. Go give him some love. Really awesome creature right here. And we also have another tiny creature over here. I am so proud of this little guy. And I have to give a quick shout out to Jen and Giorno. Yes, Giorno. For the color values on the capybara, because I kind of stole those. I'm so sorry, you two. You guys know how much I appreciate it, though. But this is the domestic guinea pig, otherwise known as a koi. I really do hope I pronounced that right. So the guinea pig is originally domesticated in South America. These guys are really freaking cute. And since we're getting the capybara and we just got the Patagonian Mara, we now have a lot of members of the Cavidae family, which is really awesome because that's honestly my favorite like group of rodents, and they're so freaking cute. So look at this guy go. So you guys may notice that they have a lot of color variation. I really wanted to give them that because, as you guys know, guinea pigs come in a wide variety of colors. I wasn't able to get the patchings to work out right. Well, I didn't even try it. Oh, that kind of explains that. Maybe later down the line, once I do get a lot more familiar with that, I could give that a whirl. But for the time being, these guys are so freaking cute, and I hope you guys love them. Especially in ZSU, these guys are pretty easy to come by. So it's really great just to have these guys in the game, and it's really great to just have more small animals in the game. They are based off the prairie dog, so I do need to correct some stuff when it comes to that. I do want to remove this animation over here of them doing the little sentry, and I do need to remove their digging. They do tend to dig a lot, so I gotta fix that up. But we're going to just check this guy out for the time being, and then we're going to remove him. So this is the Leedsichthys. This guy is probably one of the largest fish to have ever existed, and he's currently using Ark Survival Evolved proportions. Just as a little April Fool's joke, Buffzoo and I worked very hard on getting this guy in the game, and it's just very silly. So in case if you guys do want to fill out your prehistoric oceans, this guy is perfect for you. He can fit right along alongside there with Anomalocaris. I know they didn't exist in the same time, but you could just trust me on that. So we're going to send him away while we take a look at our other animals in here. Number 1 on our list, we have another April Fool's animal. This one is the Columbian hippopotamus. I know. You guys probably don't know that these guys even existed. But this is kind of a joke to the fact that Pablo Escobar actually did own several hippopotamus, and they did find their way into the various rivers of Colombia, and they are flourishing in populations over there. It's a very sad thing to see, but it's very interesting to see how some environmentalists handle this, because some actually see it as a benefit, because the introduction of the hippopotamus there very much represents the megafauna that was once populating South America and stuff like that, with the Toxodon, which would fill a somewhat similar ecological niche as the hippopotamus. It's very fun just to learn about that whole situation, and hey, we got a kind of funky little mod happening with that. This one is, of course, made by Nicholas Linerider and coded by me. It was just very fun to get these guys in here. Don't know why we did, but it was a very fun thing to do. I believe we also have a fish in here. Actually, no fish. We have a Cayman species in here. This is the Rio Apaporis. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Cayman. These guys are related to the, I believe, spectacled Cayman, which is very ironic because we are getting those guys in the latest DLC. For the Wetlands DLC. But these guys were recently discovered, I believe, to be a entirely new species, what was once thought to be extinct, but now these guys have been rediscovered, and it's very awesome to see just such a new discovery make it into Planet Zoo almost instantaneously. This one, once again, is done by Vinceabled. While I do not really like the oversaturation of the green, these guys still look pretty cool and pretty badass. I really do like the model more than anything. It looks very cool, very slender. But that's pretty much all I have in regards to our freshwater mods. Now, we should probably talk about the Aquaria pack, because look at this. We have so many awesome new species in here. We're going to start off with the Goblin Shark. So I do keep in mind, Jen has completely reworked all of the new species mods that are pretty much what you see over here, working alongside Giorno and I to bring these guys into your games. Jen and Buffzoo are working tirelessly on new models, new animations, not really new animations, but tweaking and fixing them so that they're a lot more smoother and a lot more slower. You can see that happen a lot with the Goblin Shark over here. And just generally upgrading all of these beautiful animals to really stand out in Planet Zoo. Because as you guys probably know, Buffzoo and I really love to port the Zoo Tycoon ones originally, with, you know, the help of Radical Remake, Aurora Designs, and all that gang. But Jen is working tirelessly on updating all these models. I apologize, I just need to sit up in my chair a little bit and make them look amazing. So yeah, this is the Goblin Shark over here. This is one of the variants. Jen also did an alternative that's a lot more darker, a lot more black, and I love this guy. He looks like a little vampire. But yeah, the Goblin Shark is a very interesting animal. They do have extruding jaws, so they are able to push them out, and it's just really awesome to see that jazz. What we also have is the yellowfin tuna. These guys are so freaking cool, and I love how well they swim. It's so freaking awesome to see Jen and Buffzoo put in the work for this. So I know a lot of you guys do have your problems with the fish mods. I am here to tell you that it's getting better and better, and it's working so well. You can see just how well these guys animate. While it isn't perfect, it will never be perfect until we get fully aquatic animals. They're working incredibly well, and it's really awesome to see that. So that's an amazing yellowfin right there. We're gonna check out the bluefin too. I just gotta find this guy. The funny thing is, the bluefin and the yellowfin both have yellow fins, which is very funny. But the bluefin is a little bit more darker, and they do look a lot cooler, I have to say. Tuna are always some of my most fascinating creatures that I always see, just because they just seem like they've been through so much with all the scratches and stuff that they get into, and they get to be absolutely huge. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna grab a Steve Irwin. We gotta get our Steve Irwin for scale over here, and just look at how big these animals can get. they could get up to the size of a full-grown Steve Irwin, and that's just really badass right there. I really love that. They could actually get even bigger than humans, which I think is even more fascinating. Plus, they taste really good, too. We also have the green moray eel. This one looks fantastic as well, and it animates so well. I love its little, like, you know, swimming from side to side. Actually, yeah, that's a green moray. Never mind. We also have another moray eel in here. We do have the... Oh, that's also a green moray. Oh, Jen even included different variants for them. I really love that. Oh my god, Jen, you always blow me away. Love seeing that jazz. We also have another eel in here. I think it's over here. Yeah, it is. This is the yellow-edged moray eel. Now, if you don't really want a green moray eel, you have a different variant over here. These guys kind of have like a nice camouflage pattern happening right there, and they look really awesome at that. They have these beautiful, beautiful little expressions on their face, and I always do love seeing that. We also have mackerel. Oh my god, the fish never end. The mackerel is beautiful as well. We did a lot of Atlantic species specifically in here. That's usually what fit the Zoo Tycoon bill, because do keep in mind, the Aquaria pack is hoping to bring all the animals from Zoo Tycoon 1 and 2 into Planet Zoo, specifically the marine ones. Maybe we could see a dinosaur one in the future. Maybe. Please? I don't know. But all that being said, these guys look really freaking cool. All custom textures, which is amazing, and we even have the Remora. Keep in mind, it's not just the animals from Zoo Tycoon, but it's also the ambient fish. It's also the scenery. It's all the props and stuff. Maybe we could even see a mermaid in the future, but you know what? We'll leave that be for now. This one is the common Remora. In case if you guys don't know, these guys are also known as shark suckers because of the beautiful little thing that they have on their head, which allows them to stick themselves to sharks, and it essentially just works as a synonymous relationship. I know that's not what it's called, but it's what I'm thinking of right now. But they do tend to live alongside sharks and whales and stuff as a way to hitch rides so that they can conserve their energy and whatnot and find food for later. Just very beautiful animals, and they look incredible too. Speaking of sharks, we also have the tiger shark. Very badass looking animal. Obviously, it's a little bit blue, but that's just replicate the Zoo Tycoon kind of style, and it looks really cool at that. I love their broad faces. Really awesome stuff right there, and they move incredibly well. What else do we have in here? We also have the Arctic cod. These guys are wicked cool as well. It's probably some of my favorite fish as of late. I really do love the patterns that they have going on. I love the orange with the little, like, you know, very subtle white line going down them. Very awesome stuff right there, and they look beautiful at that. And I think that may be it. I gotta double check our entire species list. We kind of made our way through all of this. Mackerel, cod, yeah, that's pretty much it. So amazing job of Jen, Buffzoo, and I'm gonna throw Giorno in there. Maybe Giorno worked on this, maybe she didn't. She still does an awesome job, and I feel like that needs to be recognized. But that is all that we have in our little fish tank over here. Maybe in Season 5 we can upgrade them to a bit of a larger habitat. But moving on through here, we have a couple more awesome animals to check out, starting with the Chital, otherwise known as the axis deer. This one is made by Giorno and Gabboi, and it looks so freaking beautiful. These guys, I was just hunting these guys in the Hunter Call of the Wild, and they're probably some of my favorite deer species. I know I kind of simped all over fallow deer. That's very obvious. I love my fallow deer, but the Chital come in a very close second because of their horn shape. And they just seem like such beautiful, regal animals that, I don't know, I just constantly find myself falling in love with them over and over again. They're just so beautifully done, and they even included so many variants when it came to these guys. So if I like kind of orient the camera the right way in the light, you can see that they have a little bit more of a darker coloration. We do have black variations as well, which I think is really cool. They look so badass at that. Let me move them into the light a little bit more. Kind of blended in with the shadows right there. But really beautiful work on that to all you guys. It's so awesome. And we even have the little fawn over here. Look at her. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I love that so much. Now, we must take a little trip over to the wilds. We have a beautiful animal done by Narwhaler. This one is the wild boar. While not a sub-specific population, this guy already looks so much better than the other wild boar that we did have, and it looks so incredible. MGR, I love you, buddy. You got us a long way. But listen, Narwhaler, you know him. If he doesn't like something, he will, you know, make his own. But this guy looks absolutely badass. I love the coloration on this guy, and he looks incredible at that. But wild boars are found all across the globe. I know Narwhaler always does a really cool job with this. They are originally found in Asia, but they found their way all throughout the other ranges of the world. I think they are also found in New Zealand, so take that, Narwhaler. Okay, of course, you know I love you, buddy. But yeah, they look incredible, and the baby looks so freaking cute too. Like, look at that, Jazz. It's adorable. But yeah, amazing job, Narwhaler. And we have one last animal, probably one of my favorites I've ever done. This one is the swamp wallaby. In case if you guys don't know, I'm working on a little bit of an Outback pack with all the other creators, and it's really good. Trust me, I know I don't talk about it all that often, but it's coming together really nicely, and I really wanted to make another wallaby. So these guys look absolutely beautiful. So the swamp wallaby is a little bit more of a smaller species of wallaby found in Australia. They're called the swamp wallaby because of the kind of locations that they do live in. They're also called I forget what they're also called. The black stinker in New South Wales for some reason, because they smell bad. And I think that's so funny that they actually do call them that. But yeah, these guys are really awesome creatures, and I really do love them for that. They're so adorable. They also do have full sexual dimorphism, so you have baby, juvenile. Well, that's kind of the same thing. You also have like the adult models as well for male and female. Just really awesome creatures. And I really do love these guys. So in case if you guys do want to build up your Australian sections, these guys are perfect for you. But you know what? That's about it. That is season 4 of our mod showcase. I know, it's been quite a long time coming, and I know we had a little bit of a fake out last time around, but it's really awesome just to see this all happen all together. Really excited for the next season. I'm already working on the map for it, and you guys are gonna absolutely love that. It's gonna be so fun to kind of explore that all with you guys. But that's about it. As always, I'm so interested to hear what you guys have to say is your favorite. Obviously, I think my favorite may be the Chital, just because of how beautiful they are. Don't really know where they went. They're all over here. Look at them all together. Yeah, these guys are obviously some of my favorites. I really love the work that we put into the Sifaka, but I also love the Golden-Bellied Capuchin too. Where do you go? I don't know, they're probably somewhere around here. There they are. Look at them go. Really adorable animals. But, oh, we even got an albino. That's wicked cool. Adorable. But, yeah, that's about it. We're going to end it with the Chital. Actually, no, we're going to end it with the Aquaria pack because, you know what, I appreciate the grind over here. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Again, just another reminder. Just make sure to clean out your mod folder, your OEL data. Make sure that you have nothing in your trade center. So in case if you do have something in here, like the Leedsichthys, you should probably just trade that away, and it should be all good. Make sure that reads none, or you could just keep base game animals in there. That should be fine right there. But you know what? That's about it right there. Very much looking forward to the Wetlands pack with all of you guys. Looking forward to the awesome mods that get made with that entire pack. Again, reminder, endorse your mods as always. Please, it always does help us out. And yeah, that's about it. Check out the links to all these mods in the description down below. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.